Hello and welcome back to Taboo Schitt, where we talk about good shit, dumb shit, real shit, and your shit. This month is all about fear. What causes it? What good comes from it? How we can grow from it? How we cannot grow from it? How it can affect our lives physically and emotionally. But first, please check out my nonprofit at cuniques.com, where I'm the good I want to see in the world and inspire the uninspired to inspire others. Every purchase builds one more step to acceptance and the growth of others. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to follow me throughout all my channels. At Creative Uniques, I teach ways to make money from thrifting, creating art, learning skills, and growing one's talents to better support one's life. On Taboo Schitt, I talk about subjects that are taboo for society and causes hate, a place to bring anonymous perspectives, not judgments. And lastly, GoBetween, where I go between my spirit and intuition to bring the subconscious to the conscious while raising the vibration of our collective to our highest purpose in life. Now, on to fear. Today's episode is going to be about good shit. So let's talk about the good shit fear can do. Fear can pump your adrenaline so high that you can almost go into a trance. You can get addicted to excitement in a good way or a bad way. In a good way, you can be addicted to excitement to enhance the circulation of one's body. Did you know when you're in a fight or flight mode from fear that your body automatically pumps blood to your limbs so that you can fight? How about survival? That little inkling in the back of your head that tells you, wait, I don't know about this. It could save your life. Fear isn't always bad. It's how you use fear in your life to move forward or to move backwards. How can we grow from fear? By standing up to it, by looking at it square in the face and allowing the universe to work in your favor. You have to feel it to heal it. And what we don't want to feel sometimes is what we fear. Fear can physically motivate us or not. Fear can emotionally motivate us or emotionally stunt us. What is fear? Fear is the unknown. And if you fear the unknown, you're fearing something imaginary. And if you fear an imaginary thing, people may call that crazy. So are we all living our lives on different levels of crazy that's accepted by society? What is acceptable crazy and what's not? And question, why do we have these judgments and labels and categories? And for mental illness and phobias. Why not give them a name? Not give them the acknowledgement or identify it as a single entity against ourselves. We see fear as a negative, but it can very well be used as a positive. For example, fearing the Lord. That's one way. And in that we push out efforts of good in the universe. However, we get stuck giving to others and not realizing we're expecting something back. I think we have a lot of fear in being alone and not being accepted in life. Because our society is run on acceptance. Our society is run on manipulation and greed. So if our society causes it, and our imagination causes it, and we know these two facts, doesn't that prop us up into a position of overcoming it? Words to think about. If somebody walks up to you with a box and a hole, and it's a stranger, and they say, put your hand in the hole and pull out what's in there, it would be very hard to find somebody that would do that and say there's $1,000 in there. I wonder how long it would take. Somebody put their hand in a mysterious box, they have no idea what's inside, from a stranger. What is that telling us about each other in our society? What is that telling us about how humans survive by working together, yet we can't even trust somebody enough to tell us to put our hand in a box that we don't know what's inside? Interesting. Fear can physically cause us to not leave our house. I have borderline OCD, and I can tell you that there's some specific things that I have to do certain times that makes me feel secure, even though it's my own imagination that's giving it any kind of power to think I'm secure. However, that's all in our heads, just as well as fear. But let's talk about the difficulty in trying to control one's imagination. It is as important in your life to surround yourself with people that raise one's vibration in life as it is what you listen to and watch all day, or what you feed into your imagination. Because when you're asleep, your imagination goes. When you're awake, your imagination goes. We think of thousands of things in 1 second compared to so many other species. When we hear one negative thing, we say 1,000 negative things about it, about ourselves. So one person says one bad thing about you, you can analyze it and think about it all in a few seconds, thousands of things, analyzing that one negative thought. So anything that's added into your life that's negative, that's dramatic or excitement induced. Excitement and happiness are destinations. Finding joy in life each and every day, each and every moment of the day, that's living joy. So when someone asks you, what do you want out of life? To be happy? No, happy is an ending place. This happened, so I'm happy, period. Or I wake up, I ask to be a blessing in someone's day, and I have joy each and every day as I await the next opportunity to love unconditionally, to accept unconditionally, to give without judging. You know, they say to give without judging. However, so many people just roll their windows up and don't even look at people who are begging. It doesn't matter what they're begging for or what they're going to use it on. You're not the judge. Who made you or put you in that position of their life to judge them? Nobody. We give, and what they do with it is between them and their higher power. Why are we so scared of strangers? Why? The homeless are the nicest, most connected individuals I've met. In Austin, they have a mobile loaves and fishes community outreach program that feeds the homeless. And when I lived there, we would make sandwiches and we would just give out everything for free. And when somebody was not being, or was being a little confrontational, they linked together and surrounded our cart and protected us. That's more than individuals do as friends to other friends. A lot of people just back down. A lot of people disappear. A lot of people can't stand up for themselves, let alone their friends. And you have homeless people surrounding a vehicle that's just trying to do good and give food and protected us. You know, God protects those who protect others. Our life should be surrounded by giving and acceptance. Why do we label disabled? Why are we fearing to be mentally ill? Because it's called illness. People who think differently, regardless how they think, aren't sick. They're individuals. All the way down to our fingertips. They are different. We are all different. So why do we have to categorize the way we think? Why do we have to categorize all these things? All it does, I feel, is separate. Putting lines in the sand when there are no lines in the sand. Sometimes the universe can throw you into something that you've always feared of happening. And you can do everything to prevent it, work your hardest, and it still happens. And sometimes avoiding fear so much can make that moment harder to go through. But if you live a life of allowing yourself to let go of the control that you think you have, because nobody has control in this universe, the easier it is you can be open to change. And the only constant thing in the world is change. Life is like smoke. Once you think you can see exactly what it is, it disappears. And that's the best thing. Like life, like smoke, we can all change. We can all begin again. We can all stand up and start living our life different for others, for ourselves, for the greater good of humanity. So today I just ask you to think about fear in a different way. In a way that could be healthy. A way that can allow oneself to grieve and heal. To hurt and love at the same time. To understand and learn lessons through pain that will eventually guide others through their pain to find joy in their lives. Well, this has been Taboo Schitt. And follow me next week where we're going to go into GoBetween channel so that we can dive deeper, zodiac by zodiac, about how fear is affecting our lives. Check you there. Bye.